Hi, in this episode we got an opportunity to have a sit down with Oleg, who is a managing partner at First Year Legal, which is a trusted partner at Norwegian-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce. He shared with us his experience on the legal aspects of hiring Ukrainian developers for Scandinavian customers who are private entrepreneurs in Ukraine and what's the income tax for providing services. Okay, hi Oleg.
Hi.
How are you today?
Fine, perfect.
Good. So please tell me a few words about yourself, what company you are working for, how long in the industry, and what's the focus?
Okay, yeah, I represent First Year Legal. That's a law firm, boutique law firm with the head office in Lviv. We work mainly with the foreign investors in the fields of international trade, investments, and business defense. Working in particular with IT a lot. In the industry, like around 10 years, but with the IT, maybe 7 or something.
What about focusing on cooperation between Nordic and Ukrainian companies?
We are always focused on foreign clients. That's a key audience of our firms, but I would say the last 3 years we are greatly focused on the Scandinavian companies cooperation, having a lot within our clientele. Yeah.
Which cultural differences have you faced working with?
A few. There is even a book, How to Work with Norwegians, right? I haven't read it, but I would say I really enjoy the culture and approaches of Scandinavian companies while cooperating with us. The freedom they gave us in the offering the decisions. Let's say understanding of the importance of quality business and legal support. Because in Ukraine, traditionally, you address a lawyer when everything's bad already, and vice versa within the Scandinavian companies, they address for the quality legal services and support before entering in business relations. The Scandinavian guys have a culture of trust and handshake, which is quite strong, which I really enjoy.
Are there any difference between IT law in Ukraine and in Norway, let's say?
We have quite similar legal systems, but we have quite a unique thing in Ukraine, which is also present in Norway, but it is not used for IT industry, entrepreneurs systems, where you're entitled for quite low income tax. I mean turnover tax, so you pay for all that you get only 5% in Ukraine as of now. And that really boosted the industry for the freelancers and the guys who are working with the foreign companies, which is not that deeply practiced in Norway. So
you said that Norwegians refer to a legal advisor before starting a business. And what are the threats of not doing that actually?
The main legal thing to consider before starting a business in Ukraine for the Norwegians, and as in any other country, would be to know the things you should certainly agree about, and then the best case scenario would be also to fix it in the contract.
Clear. Let's say that some Norwegian or Swedish company would like to start a business in Ukraine. What should they consider? Is Ukraine a good ground for starting a business now?
Of course, we are, I would say, a great ground of starting an IT business here, because if you see some statistics and data, we are booming within the IT outsourcing and IT services. So that's really smart to go here and also penetrate areas like not only Kyiv and Lviv or Kharkiv that are the biggest hubs. Also go further to other cities where there are a lot of professionals and people who are getting the IT education. Really, number of people increases. So there is a good ground. There are quite competitive salaries or remunerations, let's say, and fees. There is a good culture within the IT. There is enough transparency within the existing companies. You can check the reputational issues quite deeply and get the feedback from their former clients, etc. A lot of companies with the Ukrainian origin are already structured somewhere else, like abroad in US, etc. So that also gives a lot of credibility. We are the country of talent, I would say. That's the main thing.
Why is there such a tendency that, let's say, Norwegian product companies work with developers through third parties, through entities, and not directly?
It's caused mainly, let's say, from the Norwegian perspective, on how easy it is to arrange for the Norwegian company, because if you cooperate with one company, you have only one service contract, and then you don't care about the 10 other services contracts, or you don't care about responsibility in IPR regulation because you have only one responsible entity here. Secondly, it's about some complexity in arrangement of VAT import, VAT paid for IT services important to Norway, etc. So there are some peculiarities. And a third issue would be also transparency. The industry here is quite transparent, so you can get the information about the company from the perspective of the developer and from the perspective of a client on the certain web resources, and have a clear image who are you working with.
Mm-hmm. How to prepare for cooperation with Ukraine?
You mean with the Ukrainian potential business partner, right? Within
Right.
IT. I would say, as in every other place in the world, you do the proper homework. You check your potential partner on the reputation and the legal issues, and you do the proper contract, and then you enjoy the cooperation benefits. Also, the uncovered things in Ukraine, traveling a lot here, and etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
So just the proper homework.
Cool. Thanks, Oleg, for unveiling the secrets of having the cooperation
My
between
pleasure.
Nordics and Ukraine. And yeah, thanks.
My pleasure. Thanks.